What's up, Facebook, YouTube family? This is your MC, Mastermind Coach Bakar Obey, Lifestyle Engineer, here with the Seer Mastermind Group, sharing our story, our journey, our way. Let me welcome my co-host to the podcast or to the show, Mr. Maurice Bay.
What's up, family? Stronger. What's up, family?
Welcome tonight. And your financial conductor, Majida Bay. Welcome to the call.
That's me. Glad to be here.
Great evening. Happy Friday to you all.
Happy Friday.
Anything for me this week?
Like
anything?
Wednesday.
Your birthday.
Happy birthday. Yeah.
Dude, you the MC. You could celebrate your birthday on the couch.
No, I will. Happy birthday. So happy to celebrating 35.
You're 35 years old?
30, I know, right? I look 20, don't I?
Dang, bro. I could have sworn you was in your upper 20s. I promise you.
Hey, I appreciate that. Or maybe that's an insult. I don't know.
It's not an insult. It's not an insult.
What's going on, family? Hey, no, I'm excited. Thank you. A lot of outpouring, a lot of love this week. And so just wanted to shout out your boy, right? Nobody else gonna shout you out. You gotta shout yourself out every now and then. But happy to be here with y'all tonight. So tonight, man, let me just tell y'all what we're getting into. Yeah, throw that up on the screen. We are getting into discussing, is there a price tag on your success? Also, I'm not the only one having a birthday today, right? This is the 1-year anniversary of the Seer Mastermind podcast. Seer Mastermind, yeah. So give it up for yourselves as well. For those that are tuning in, man, we have officially been doing this for 1 year now.
If you would have let me know that before we started the show, I promise you I would have broke out a cupcake and a candle. I promise you I would have broke it out. I promise. I got the candles right up there, bro.
Go ahead, get your wife on it. She can throw it together real quick. But no, happy to be here, man. And hey, look, we don't look the same as we did a year ago. So let's go ahead and
smell the same either.
No, you smelling yourself a little differently.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh man, that's a good sign. So before we get into the topic tonight, which is there a price tag on your success, aka are your values for sale? Let's go ahead and check in with any wins that you've had over the last couple of weeks since we last got together. What's some things that you could celebrate? Any milestones? Go ahead, Majida.
Well, I had the opportunity to speak on our accountability call in the morning, just to share my story and how I got connected with the community, Breathe University, and also got to share some financial concepts with the members on that call. So that was pretty enlightening. You know, I was a bit nervous and even like sweating, like speaking in front of large audiences is not like my gig, but I definitely embraced it. You know, they offered me that opportunity, and I think sometimes you got to borrow other people's belief in yourself, you know, even when you don't have a belief. And so that's what I did. You know, they invited me to be a speaker on there, and, you know, and so I took the opportunity, nervous and all, right? And it's crazy because I actually learned, I say I could learn it from my daughter, or maybe I taught it to my daughter, and then she reminded me of that because she had a situation where she did that. Like she acted in spite of the fear, in spite of the nervousness. And so, yeah, that was pretty big. I've been able to help a few families over the past couple weeks. And so really just, you know, finding my lane, my pace, if you will, finding my pace.
Mm-hmm.
But I also took some time, not this past Sunday, but a Sunday before, and really just walked out my schedule, right? Like how I want my days to flow. And it's becoming so much more important for me to like hone in on that, because I can now tell the difference about my temperament when I don't have time to myself in the morning, or if I'm not able to, kind of end the day in solitude or at peace, just kind of relax. So it's so important for me to just have that time to myself at some point during the day. And I'm being much more intentional about creating that on a consistent basis. So that's
Nice.
me.
Nice. I know I'm all over the place right now. we got our own accountability going on tonight. But no, hey, big wins. Let me ask you a question though. About how did you feel when you first got approached to do that?
I mean, I take everything in stride, right? Like there are no happenings, right? Like so.
Oh, just par for the course, then, huh?
Right? You say what?
Just par for the course, then, huh?
I mean, I feel like I said there are no happenings, right? Like in the sense that like I was honored. I was certainly honored by the invitation. I didn't expect it, right? Like it kind of came unexpectedly, but I embraced it, right? Like when offered, and we can talk about that tonight because it was an opportunity that was offered to me, and I could have said no, but because of the community that I'm engaged with, right? Like I felt like they saw value in me sharing my story. They saw value in me sharing, some of my knowledge, and so I didn't want to. I wanted to reciprocate that because I get so much from them, in terms of accountability, in terms of mutualism, and so it would almost be a disservice not to reciprocate by engaging. So, yeah.
I love it. Love it. Well, hey, congratulations to you for the recognition and for the achievement, the awareness, right? Stepping into a new year with some new recognition. That's always valuable. What about you, Maurice? What are some things that you can celebrate over the last couple of weeks? And then we'll get into the topic tonight.
Are we on YouTube?
We are.
Yeah, so I got a friend, the guy that I am looking at starting the podcast with. I was looking for his channel. Hold on one second. I'm muting. Hang on one second, because I got something I want to show y'all on my other phone. But so I was looking on YouTube for his channel today, and I got mad. I'm like, I didn't tell him, but I'm like, bro, I'm gonna tell him. Like, bro, I can't find your YouTube channel. Like, what's going on? I can't find you. I'm looking up your name, and I literally can't find you. So I was anticipating what he might say. That's my man. So if he's listening right now, it's all good. But I was anticipating what he would say when I say that to him. He probably would say, well, my channel's new and little and small. So just in anticipation of that, I typed in Seer Mastermind on YouTube and saw a bunch of Majita's videos. Salutes to Majita. She's been uploading all of her videos to YouTube, to Seer Mastermind. And the channel popped up. I don't know why his channel didn't pop up, but I was like, when I had this conversation with him, if he say that, I'm gonna say, bro, tap in Seer Mastermind, bro. We just started this channel. Ain't nothing really going on there. And it shows up. It ain't a whole lot of traffic going on there, but why is your channel not even showing up in search, bro? I don't understand what's going on. So, but anyway, yeah, I did want to get into that before I got into the wins. Kudos to Majita. Like I said, I saw all of the stuff that you've been uploading with you and John. Looks good. Absolutely. Love it. So, yeah, let me get into wins. And is my phone, Majita, let me in the, and yeah, there you go. Yeah, because I want to share my screen if I can. Can I share my screen?
He's so savvy.
Who, me? I'm trying to, I don't think that I can share. I don't think that I can share.
There's a button in there.
I don't see it. I see Cam. I see Mike. I'm gonna give it 30 more. You know what? Don't even worry about it, because I don't want to get into it. Don't even worry about it. Let me just leave. Don't even worry about it. All right. So boom. So everything's going great. Everything's going lovely. I guess I'll start with work. Work is going good. Work is going, pretty much as expected, right? I had my first issue with the truck this week. I got back the other night and my voltage gauge was down. I don't turn a wrench. I don't work on cars, right? You know what I mean? That's just not my thing, right? But I put an alternator on my own truck, though.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I put an
Look at you.
alternator on my own truck. You understand what I'm saying?
Because it's
That's
yours.
ownership, right?
100%. 100%. Yeah. So
He said, I don't work on trucks, but I work on mine.
yeah. It was real cool, man. You know, what's going on with the career right now is lovely because, you know, I can, like a year ago, like I've said, like a year ago, I was literally like ready to stop, ready to quit, ready to be done altogether. And it's interesting, man, that nothing has changed. Like I'm driving the same truck, I'm doing the same work, almost doing a little bit of a different job. But everything is the same, right? The only thing that has changed is my truck now. So it's interesting how ownership can change your perspective. Very, very interesting. You know what I mean? So like I said, I'm tired. I'm working, you know what I'm saying? I'm grinding it out, but I mean, I'm eager to get going every day. You know what I mean? So yeah, 100%, man. So yeah, that's going great. As far as YouTube, the podcast is Chris and me, Chris Ward. That's who the guy is that I'm doing the podcast with. Everything's going good. We have hopped on, I want to say 4 times now for maybe, 45 minutes to an hour a piece. We're supposed to be getting on tomorrow. So that's kind of coming along. Like I said, the plan for that is to just get about 10 or 15, well, 10 episodes that we like, or at least 10 segments that we like, and then we'll find a home for it and figure out where we're gonna go to from there. Uploading on YouTube is going great. I haven't been uploading every day, but like almost every day, and I mean, like I've gotten a lot of good feedback, a lot of good positive feedback. That's what I wanted to show on my phone. I took a couple of screenshots of a couple of the things that people have been reaching out to me. So in the past 2 weeks, like 3 people have reached out to me wanting to give me money, basically wanting training. One person wanted training. One person wanted, 2 people wanted training, like driving the truck training. And one person asked like, yo, do you do owner operator consultations? And all of them let me know they was willing to pay. And I told all of them no. You know what I mean? I did tell all of them no. I did tell all of them no. We're going to talk about it. I did tell all of them no. I did tell all of them no. But I mean, it's, just uploading content regularly. And what's interesting with YouTube right now, I don't want to drag this out too long, man, but what's really interesting about my YouTube channel right now, my content is ugly. And when I say ugly, I don't mean ugly as in negative or bad way. What I mean is my content, right? Like I'm just turning the camera on, talking and uploading. Turning the camera on, talking and uploading. I've edited a few videos, but they're unedited. My head is chopped off on some of them. Some of them I throw them up without no titles on them, just because I'm trying. It's the end of the day, and I said I wanted to upload a video every day, letting people know, what's going on. So if I get back at 8:00 at night, I'm not gonna spend, no time editing the video. I'm gonna turn the camera on, record, and talk. What's really interesting about that, what I'm coming to realize, what's really interesting is, it's cool because I'm finding an audience that likes that content. Mm-hmm. So watch this. Creating ugly content is sustainable. Think about that one. Go figure that. Yeah. Creating ugly content is sustainable. Creating pretty content, maybe not so sustainable, right? You can do it once or twice, but can you do it on a regular basis, right? But anybody can create ugly content on a regular basis. You know what I mean? And my content is not meant to be pretty. It's informational. It's educational. You know what I mean? So, if you're telling somebody how to do something, I guess it helps if your content is entertaining. It helps if your content is pretty and well edited. But if you're just giving people the information, it really, you know what I mean? Like all of the stuff that you could say, I want to work on this stuff to improve. That's that side of it, but then there's the other side of it that is like those same things stop people from uploading videos sometimes because their videos aren't pretty, because they aren't edited, because they haven't figured out this or figured out that. So you never even get started, right? So it's interesting just to watch what is happening with just like I said, just the content I'm uploading right now. If you look at some of my videos, like I said, I'm in the video like this, talking through the whole video, the whole 7 minutes with just the bottom half of my face showing. But, again, what's interesting about it is if you can find an audience, like you said, the bar is set so low. You know what I mean? The bar is set so low. And just a few months ago, I kind of felt, click videos. Click that video button. Whoever went to that.
Oh,
there
man.
you go.
And
Yep.
so for those that are tuning in, let me just chime in here. We are talking about, is there a price tag on your success? And just going over our wins right now, Maurice, he's going through the Helpful Trucker, sharing some of his wins from the content that he's been creating. Ugly content.
Yeah,
as
scroll up a little bit. Scroll up a little bit. See that video right there, April 15th? April 12th. There's no titles on some of these videos, bro. I'm just throwing them up. But guess what? I also took a screenshot of my channel right now, the analytics on my channel, the traffic on my channel. My channel is trending upwards right now. I took a screenshot of that. So it is working. You know what I'm saying? It is working. And I don't feel boxed in as I did 3, 4, 5, 6 months ago as far as what I got to do and what I got to create on YouTube. So it's really cool to kind of watch that unfold. Got a lot of good, positive comments on most of those videos. You know what I mean? So ad revenue is still coming in. They're still producing ad revenue. So everything is going good. With YouTube, everything is, me and Chris is getting the podcast together, right? I had 3 people approach me within the past 2 weeks with an affiliate offer. I wanted to show y'all one of these affiliate offers, because it's actually really attractive. If it was just say what?
No, can I pull it up, or is it?
It's on my phone. Yeah, it's on my phone, and I can't share it. Yeah, I can't share it from my phone.
I was trying to pull up the channel.
But it's
by the way, go out and follow Maurice at the
100%
on YouTube as we got that up there.
100%. And I'll say this last thing, I'll be quiet. This offer is it's financing. It's financing for commercial equipment. And these people pay a 15% payout. So if you think about it, they gave an example in the paper that they gave me, but it's equipment financing. So if somebody hits my link and gets, trucking equipment costs money, right? Mm-hmm. So somebody buy a $10,000 truck through my link that pays 15%, that's $1,500. That's a nice commission, but now I haven't signed up for the company. If it was all about the money, I would have already signed up for them. But that's one out of the 3 that approached me in the past 2 weeks. They all hit you with the same thing. Yo, we love your content that you're putting out on YouTube, and we wanna partner up with you. So I haven't hit anybody back though.
Well, let's definitely talk about that, and I'll share my wins at the end of the call.
Okay.
I'll share my wins at the end of the call. So y'all gotta hang in till the end.
We drug that out too long. I'm sorry.
On Team Bakar and want to hear his wins at the end.
Sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. We're just gonna do that from now on. If you wanna ride with Team Bakar, you gotta ride all the way to the end. That's how we do it. You gotta ride it out to the end. That's my motto. But no, come back on, Maurice. Tell us a little bit about because the conversation we had earlier this week, man, like, are you for sale when it comes to creating your success in your business? And you talk about some of those affiliate offers, and people, when you become, more visible, when you start to stack some wins and successes over time, right? People are going to approach you when they see you standing out. Wouldn't y'all agree to that? When they see you standing, like with Majida, she talked about that. She was standing out in the community. They said, Majida, man, we want to bring you to the forefront so people know who you are, what you do, and you can bring some added value to the community. And a lot of people. I'm
saying, like, standing out could simply be just being who you are. You know what I mean? Ooh. Like, I wasn't doing anything. I didn't think I was doing anything special. I was just showing up and,
showing out.
Being just showing up and being, somewhat consistent, but just staying engaged, and they say showing up is half the battle. You still got to do the work when you get there, right? But so yeah, I don't know that I was just being myself, right? Like, and I think that's one of the things that I love about that community. I share it was that authenticity is so prevalent, right? Like, just everybody's authentic. Like you're given permission to just be who you are. And that comes from the leadership, like the leadership is unapologetically authentic. And that's huge, right? Like, that's really what attracted me to it. So I think that's important. Like, whatever you're doing, like, just be you. Shout out to K Bridges. Be you.
That's right. 1/4 of our mastermind team, or 1/6, however we're measuring it today, Hey, Majida, to what you
A
that's one of the
part and parcel.
part. We'll go that. We'll go that route. Hey, look, it's messy here, right? You are rocking with the Seer Mastermind Group. Again, this is Bakar, Maurice, and Majida sharing our story, our journey, our way. Majida, I think you bring up a great point. That's one of the reasons that I wear this 120 cap, right? In paying homage to the community, to be authentic and also to give your best effort each day, right? Be able to push through those obstacles that oftentimes may limit us from wanting to be ourselves, or even selling out. So we go take my D. We're gonna lob it up to Maurice. So Maurice, talk a little bit about like what's happening. What are you feeling when people are approaching you with offers, and what is your process like? How you decide or determine what's a good offer, what's not a good offer?
Yeah. I haven't really decided. I haven't really decided so far.
On anything, you just know to everybody.
Well, no. That's not what I've been doing. Maybe that is a better thing that I have been doing though, and we're gonna chat about that right now. So what I've been doing so far is just essentially just taking whatever comes my way. Now I haven't been taking everything. Okay. But essentially when somebody approaches me with an affiliate offer, it's like, okay, I sign up for it and I get my affiliate link. And then from there, it's up to me to share the link and all of that good stuff. Okay.
Right.
But that's typically, it's just that. All right. But now, over the months and a few years now, maybe, as more and more people approach me, I won't say more and more, but as people offers continue to approach me, and I have a couple of affiliate partners that are friends with me on Facebook as well, that may be on this broadcast too. So if anybody, BW, if you hear, you know who you are. I am talking to you right now. Okay. Absolutely. So, as I continue to get affiliate offers, in my mind, it's like, okay, how do I handle this? It don't make sense to just accept every affiliate offer that comes my way. That just don't make sense. That means I'm gonna be promoting any and everything, which to me would ruin any credibility that I have with my audience. I ain't gonna say it would ruin it, but it's like, okay, you just selling stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I obviously don't want to come across like that, right? So it's like, okay, so that leads me to the question of what is a good way to be able to choose what affiliate products I align with and what affiliate products I don't align with, right?
Right.
Obviously there is the measurement of usability, or we'll just say help ability. So if something helps me, it makes sense to sign up for it and promote it to other people. But some of the affiliate products that I get approached with, I'm not finding the products are finding me. And they may or may not fit my individual needs, right? So, and I do understand that if they don't fit my needs, there may be other people's needs that they may fit, right? But it's like, okay, if the product is not something that has helped me specifically, then I ask the question in my own mind, well, why would I promote this product to my audience? Why am I promoting this product? And other than that, the only answer that I can come up with that makes logical sense is you're trying to make money, right? If it's not about you promoting a product that helped you, then obviously, you're trying to make money. And it ain't nothing wrong with that either, but that goes back to point A. If it's about making the money, then which affiliate product do I choose? Do I go with the one with the best payout? Now, I don't know if that makes too much sense or not. It's like, yo, whoever approaches me and whoever got the best payout, that's who I'm gonna link up with. I'm not feeling that one either, right? So for me, I'm a value-driven person, and it makes sense that if I'm gonna link up with somebody, I want to link up with either a company or an individual whose values align with mine. The question that I have is, how can I feel out whether their values align with mine? What to do if their values don't align with mine? I guess that's another question. And that's not for just aimed at companies either. That's also aimed at individuals as well, because individuals have approached me as well about partnering up on the channel. And while I would love every relationship to blossom into something, I know that if our values aren't aligned, that it's probably not gonna blossom into anything. So me kind of going through this, right? trying to figure out how to partner strategically is what led me to want to have this conversation tonight. Because I figured that in this world, in this environment that we're in right now, there's probably a lot of people that's dealing with this. Like, companies know that paying for advertising on TV is an old model. They know that a better model is to find an influencer online and pay him to promote your product, right? They know that. So I would assume that somebody got to mute out, Bakar. So yeah, I would assume that there's a lot of people that may be dealing with this, influencers and micro influencers that are getting approached, and it's like, who do I sign up with? You know what I mean? How do I measure who I align with, right? So I want to talk about that. Yeah, I see that, Bakar. I see it's not you. I see that. I see that. So that's the conversation that I wanted to get into tonight, man. You know, aligning with others, with businesses, with companies, with individuals, where y'all's values are the same. And are you willing to? I know some people will want to line up with a company. It don't matter if their values the same. You paying good, let's line up. So that's where the question comes from: are your values for sale? Right. So y'all asked me about that. I'm asking y'all about that. What are y'all thoughts on what I've said so far?
Well, I certainly think that what you said in terms of your values, you got to check the motive, right? Like, if somebody's approaching you, what's their motivation for helping you? Does that make, like, that would be like my first question. Like, why do you want to help me?
Just to give it some clarity, some specificity, going back to BW. And again, I hope he's listening, because whether me and him do business or not, I want to help people, right? BW approached me and he's like, yo, is there anything I can do to help you? I want to help you get paid, right? And it obviously, that means, share the link so people can click on it, right? But again, the reason I haven't shared the link that I've already signed up for is because basically the product hasn't helped me directly yet.
Mm-hmm.
So a better approach, I feel, from BW would be, yo, I want to show you how this product can help you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know that if this product helps you, then you're more than likely to go and share it with your audience.
Right.
But that's not the approach he's hitting me with. He's hitting me with, we want to put some money in your pocket. You know what I mean? But I'm not starving.
Yeah.
I'm not starving. You get what I'm saying? So, and I'm not willing to just promote that product, even though it may be helpful. Like, why am I promoting this to my audience if it hasn't helped me? That's the question I got to ask myself. And that's what I want BW to hear. If he ever listens to this right here, like for me, like, the money thing is not necessarily going to get me, but I think you said it, that's most people's low hanging fruit. Like, throw some money at them first. Throw some money at them. And most people are going to go for that.
Hey, man, you taking my lines away from me. I was
going to lob it
up to
I'm
Majida.
Too much. I want you to go for it.
I was going to lob it up to Majida. Because I trust that by the end of this conversation, man, we can share with you all, our audience, what our values are, so you'll know who to connect us with and who we want to be connected with, right? How we can help you and how you can help us. If you love the Seer Mastermind podcast, if you love this group, if you love what we're doing here, if it's important to you to see the journey of entrepreneurship, right? I know that we just hanging out in our living rooms and our kitchens and our bedrooms, right? Making ugly content, as Maurice talked about. But hey, is our journey for sale, right? Somebody showed up and said, hey, we want to pay you to do what you show, but you got to do it this way, right? How would you respond to that, Majida?
We won't pay you good too.
Well, see, I want to ask that question. I'm gonna ask that question.
Tough one right there, boy.
I'm gonna ask that question. I love those tough questions. But Majida, talk about the low hanging fruit when it comes to offering.
Yeah. Money is the lowest common denominator, right? Like, that's not what I don't believe. Like, that's not what makes a person successful. It doesn't make them significant, right? it's just a tool, right? So I don't worship the tool. The tool helps me get closer to where it is I want to be, right? It's a tool though, right? It's a tool in the tool belt, but it ain't the only tool, because we've all heard the term, it's not what you know, but who you know. So I could know the right people to help me get in the room where my influence would be greater. And money can't get me in that room, only the relationship. So it's back to, like Maurice talked about, your values, right? He said he's a values driven person. I am as well, right? I'm very clear on what my values are, right? Relationships, right? Like I value the relationships that I have with other people. Integrity, right? Like that is above everything. Trustworthiness, right? Like I want people to know that when they come to me, I'm somebody that they can trust, right? They can share their most intimate, thoughts, or they can, in dealing with finance, it's an emotional journey, right? But they can bring that information to me and it doesn't go past me. So trustworthiness, life, like I value life, like just the breath, the breath of life. And so that, like, certain things I'm just not going to do because my values dictate otherwise. I value personal development and growth. All right. So if taking this money is going to inhibit my growth, I'm not going to take the money because it's contradicting my values. So when you have a certain standard for your life, money is, like I said, it's not a factor, right? Like it's not the motivation to do what you do. And that's why I asked Maurice earlier, right? Like if somebody come to me and they're like, hey, I want to help you put some money in your pocket. I want to help you do X, Y, and Z. Why do you want to help me? What's your motivation? Because you need to first understand why I do what I do in order for you to help me.
You really would take that? That's a good point. I'm glad you bringing that up. But you really would take the time to actually ask, like, oh, slow down, cowboy. Why are you trying to help me before? Okay, that's what's up.
Absolutely.
That's what's up.
I'm in that club too.
That's just, you
Hashtag,
said what?
I said I'm in that club too. Hashtag, what's your motive?
Because it's back to your point, like, and it's interesting. We were having this conversation a little while ago here at the house about associations, right? Birds of a feather flock together, right? We've heard that, right? But you could be guilty by association. I associate with somebody because they giving me money, right? They name on my page or they advertise or whatever it is, and they could be doing things that are unscrupulous or what. Like I need to know who you are before I'm just going to be like, yeah, let's work together, right? Like I'm a very not just values driven, but like relationship driven person. So like if we're gonna have a relationship, like it's going to be a meaningful one. It's going to be one of substance. It can't just be we just operating on money, right? Like I'm gonna give you this money and you're gonna do what I need you to do. And it's a transaction type deal, right? Like I don't do like just transactional relationships. Like that's just not who I am. Now, it doesn't mean that other people don't do transactional relationships with me, but like with all of my clients, I want them to be like a friend, I want them to be able to come to me, trust me, talk to me, check in, happy birthday, right? Like I want to have that type of relationship with my clients. But if they're like, look, you just help me with some insurance, right? You just help me with a policy. That's cool too, right? I'm not going to necessarily turn them away if somebody referred them to me and somebody trusted me, right? Because of the trust that I had with somebody else, that person trusted me to help the person that they referred. Yes, I'm going to do a good job with them, even if the relationship isn't one that is sustained long term. But I'm driven by the relationship in everything that I do. So whether that's on the job or in business or with my family, like the relationship is what drives me. So the money doesn't motivate me. Like the if you wanna, you gotta come with the relationship. Like that'll move me. If you're like build a long-term relationship, I want to build a sustainable relationship. I see there's some synergy, right? I love what you're doing and how you're impacting and helping people. That's what I want to do as well. That's what that's what that's what my purpose is. That's what I value, right? Like it's got to be some alignment there. Otherwise, it's
Not
meaningless
gonna go anywhere.
to me. She's not going to go. Yeah.
Well, I definitely don't want. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bakar. I apologize. You're muted.
You're muted.
I said it's y'all show tonight. Go ahead, get it.
I don't want BW, if he does listen to this, to come away thinking that, well, dag, the reason that Maurice is not promoting that product is because I haven't tried to forge a relationship with him yet. Because I don't, you know what I mean? I don't mind a transactional relationship. I actually don't mind that. I mean, as long as I know that's what it is. You know what I mean? I actually don't mind that. It's just the main reason, and I'm talking specifically about sharing his product right now. It's just the main reason that I haven't shared his product yet is just because it hasn't helped me. And he hasn't hit me with, but I've told him that though. So I've kind of been looking for him to come back and say, well, look, man, I understand you don't want to, share the product until you know how it helps you. So let's do this. I want to help you. You know what I mean? Like he would get that would get me if he said that. Mm-hmm. But I mean, and he's probably a good guy. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm not saying that all he care about is the money. I mean, even though that's probably what it is, but I guess, I mean, I don't know. I mean, and to me, this whole thing, I guess that's another reason why I wanted to talk about it, because this whole thing, to me is a thought. It's a way of thinking. Mm-hmm. I was telling y'all the other night off camera that I had a friend of mine, a relative actually, 2 years ago, that he was talking to me and he was letting me know, I'm gonna get off track for a second, but not really. He was letting me know, he said he was talking about girls, right? This is like 17, 18 years. That's how old he was, like 18 years old. He's like, man, if a girl tried to give me something, I'm gonna take it. Because that's what he was talking about.
Oh man!
Like whoever she is, I don't care who it is. If she's trying to give me something, I'm gonna take it. And when he said that, this is probably 10, 12 years ago. I'm like, Greasy, because that was his name, Greasy. That's what we used to call him. I'm like, Greasy.
Well, I mean, come on.
Say what?
With a name like Greasy?
Little Greasy, that was his name. Nobody will know who I'm talking about, but if Greasy hear this, he'll know who I'm talking about because he's still friends with me on Facebook. But yeah, I'm like, yo, Greasy, you ain't got no value. You don't place no value on what you bring to the table. You know what I'm talking about, right? I'm like, you don't place no value on what you bring to the table. Like, man, forget all that. If she's trying to give me some, I'm gonna take it. You know what I mean? And I know that there's people in business that operate like that as well. If somebody trying to give them some money, they're gonna take it. I've had this conversation with my daughter before, with people, with boys that have been in her life. Not necessarily boyfriends like that, but friends that are boys. They'll buy her stuff. Right. And she says they're really sincerely friends. They're really not a relationship like that. They'll buy her stuff and give it to her. And I'm like, yo, don't just be taking stuff from anybody. And she's like, why not? Why can't I take, if they're trying to give it to me, why can't I take? I'm like, because you got to watch, like, obligation, you know what I mean, comes with that stuff. You know what I mean? Yep. So to me, we really, it's all the same. It's all the same subject. You know what I mean? Like, you got to, like, okay, if somebody is trying to give me something, if I'm in my daughter's situation, like, you got to be careful who you accept stuff from. That's another way to say it. You got to be careful because some people are trying to give it to you to obligate you, to specifically to obligate you. You know what I mean? So again, I mean, I don't know. But Carl, chime in, give us something, bro.
I love it.
All right.
And I'm sitting here, Majida asked the question already, like, what is it that you value? And I said, what are your chief values, right? So we're talking about, like, is your relationship, is your value, is your brand for sale, right? Again, this is the Seer Mastermind podcast.
Integrity for sale.
Is your integrity. Well, see, so Majida said, so if you're looking to work with Majida, you got to come with relationship, integrity, trustworthiness, value for life, personal development and growth, right? That's her language. If you're talking to her about, oh man, Majida, I want to help you develop and grow, build a relationship with you, man, I'm an honest cat, or I work with trustworthy and honest people. I'm about living life to the fullest. You be like, okay, I'll hear you. Right?
Hang on one second. Mute yourself, Majida. Go ahead, Bakar.
Yep. I can hear you going already.
Problem child.
It's the echo. It's your computer. It just need a little upgrade, you know, the
It
filter
ain't
out
even.
of it.
I'm not even on the computer. It's on the TV. It's because of y'all headphones. See, I ain't got that problem.
You need headphones.
Well, let's not get off. Let's not
yeah,
get
yeah,
off.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And so I said, and I wrote down a couple of values. You know, for me, I value living authentically, living in truth, living free, living fulfilled, right? Living healthy, wealthy, free, and in service. So for me, man, you show up with some money, like, all right, what do you actually want? Because the money's not gonna move me like that, right? Like I expect to make a whole lot of money, but the wealth for me is in relationships and people whose lives are transformed. Like that's value to me. So if you show up, man, I want to help you really turn your life over so that you could be a better model for other people turning their life over. I'm all ears. I'm saying, all right, how we gonna do this together? Notice the pronoun I use. How are we gonna do this, right? What's in it for you? What's in me? What skin do you have in a game invested with me, right? And I listened to that. I don't know what it was. I'm gonna put it on there, but I heard this on that video that you talked about, the skin in the game, and it's a difficult read. I'm not. I recommend it for those who like philosophy and all of that, but I've gotten through probably about 30 pages of it, and that's about as much as your boy can chew on today. I'm pretty intelligent, you know what I mean? But it's just like understanding the concept of what does it really mean to have skin in the game. And I'll be honest, I don't look to form any kind of relationships in business or in life, right? Where you don't have some kind of investment in me, because I already know what I'm willing to put into you. I already know I'm going to bring my whole life experience to help you to have a more fulfilled, authentic, free, truthful existence. That's how I show up every day, right? And when I'm not in that, man, y'all seen me disappear. Like, oh, I need to work on this. Like, I really need to work on this. If I'm not feeling like I'm showing up authentically, if I'm not feeling like I'm living in my truth, if I'm not developing more lanes to be free, like I really imagine myself being the most free person in the world, right? How do I measure that, man? That I have the freedom to choose 24 hours a day, what it is I do, where I am, who I'm with, like complete and total freedom. If I want to be somewhere in the world, I can be free to be there, right? If I want to be with somebody in the world and it aligns with them, right? Key thing, it's working together, not just something that I want, but the freedom to be with people and around people. That's what really matters to me. And so, when it comes to developing partnerships, I want to be surrounded by people who really have a bigger mission to serve and support others. So, like, is there a price tag on that? Man, I think about some of the relationships that I've had, right? What have I invested to have relationships like that so far? I've invested, tens of dollars or dozens of dollars a month. I've invested hundreds of dollars a month. I'm investing now thousands of dollars a month to be surrounded by people who are invested in my development, right? And I imagine that continuing. But in return, what my expectation is, man, if I'm willing to invest it, that I'm going to find more and more people who are willing to invest that with me, right? Because of the model, because of the example that I set. That's all I got. That's all I have as an individual is my example, right? I can show you flashy, but if I ain't been there, if I ain't done it, I can direct you to resources that have, and that's valuable, right? Saying that, oh man, I'm surrounded myself with people who are doing the things that you want. So yeah, rock with me, and I'll introduce you. Rock with me, and I'll make a connection. But that's not, just to boost my head or my status or my ego. It's to be a resource, right? Like we get one life here, and my life is dedicated to serving humanity. That's the way I look at it. Like I had my time here. I had my fun. We good. You know what I'm saying? 25 years in the game, 21 years. I was like, okay, this is cool. I rocked out. Cool. Life is good. Now, what's the mission? What's the work? Because for me, it's like if it's not about purpose, on purpose, why are we even here? Why are we even here? What's your purpose? So that's the big question I'm asking. If somebody's approaching me with an offer, what's the purpose? What's the purpose behind what you do?
So I got a question. I got a follow-up question for both of y'all.
Bring it.
Because hearing both of y'all say what you guys value, what's valuable to you, in partnering with others, I'm thinking about what's valuable to me. And the thing that it's probably more than one thing, but the thing that really sticks out, like is really beaming in my head right now that apparently that I value is service first. Like service first, like be willing to help first, be willing to sow first. I respect that. I value that. Right. So here's the question, because I honestly think that value, and now I'm kind of switching from affiliate companies approaching me to individuals approaching me. Okay. There's the feeling in the back of my mind that the people that approach me to partner up on my channel, I'm scaring them away because it's like they can detect, and it's like, yo, this dude want me to put in work. Now I don't know if that's what they're feeling or not. Hang on.
Oh.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I don't know if that's what they're feeling or not, but in the back of my mind, I'm kind of feeling that may be what a few people are feeling. You know, I got approached a few weeks ago. You guys will remember this. I don't want to mention any names, but I got approached a few weeks ago by a trucking recruiter. You guys remember hearing me talk about that. We did a video together. I wanted this individual to continue coming back to my channel. Right. Like if you're a recruiter in the trucking business, and I have in the trucking profession, and I have, this trucking channel, like if you're in trucking school, then the companies that are looking to recruit you, they're not just going to show up one time, right? They're going to they're going to come back every week. They're going to come back every year. When you get out of school, remember Schneider is here. When you come out of school, remember JB Hunt. We want you to, come work for us. So I wanted it to be like that. Like keep coming back. Keep coming. Let's do a session every so often. And the same thing with a credit guy. I was going to hook up with a credit guy as well. Truckers need help with their credit and their finances. I'm like, come on every single week. And it's like when I share that with people, I don't know if that's why we don't go any further than that. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, maybe I'm scaring them away with that. Because it's like, why I want to come and do videos with you every week or 2 weeks when I can just call up somebody and say, yo, sign up with me. You know what I'm saying? So the question is, what do you do if you feel you're having a difficult time finding people that you align with?
Okay, I was going to wonder, what was your question coming out of that?
Yeah.
So what would you do? All right, and for those that are watching, again, I'm going to keep interjecting. This is a Seer Mastermind group sharing our story, our journey, our way. You're here with the helpful trucker, Maurice Bay, Majida Bay, your financial conductor, and your lifestyle fulfillment engineer and mastermind coach, Bakar Obey, aka Coach Bo Bay World. And Maurice is asking the question, what do you do when you feel like you're scaring people away?
Based on you laying out what you value and them basically not responding to it.
Majida, you want to answer that first? Because my answer is about 2 seconds.
Hey, watch this.
You muted, Gita. You muted.
Watch this. Just to throw it out there. I mean, I'm asking the question for me, but keep this in mind. I'm also asking the question for others that may watch this, that may be going down the same path. Right.
So, let me give you my answer really quick then.
Absolutely.
If I feel like I'm scaring away, it's either 2 reasons. Either I'm not doing something that they want, or their values are on the line with me and they're not my people. So if you're not my people, I'm not tripping. I'm looking for my people. I'm looking for my tribe, people who are like raving fans of the life and lifestyle that I'm living and leading. I said I was going to do 2 seconds, but then I got off on a tangent. But yeah,
it's way more than 2 seconds, bro. More like 2 minutes.
We can chop it up. We cut it out. But if you're not my people, right? And I don't mean, but like everybody's not going to be your people. Right, not everybody's playing for the same team. That's why they got 32 different teams in the NFL. Right, they can all be football players and be pros and be on that team. But at the end of the day, like they get paid for performing for a specific organization. Right, so they're aligned. And you know what? People that go from team to team to team. Hey, that's cool. right? You could be a LeBron and be a champion, or you could be a journeyman that nobody really knows. Where am I going with this? What do I? I know I get off on the metaphors and analogies. My bad. Let me bring it back in. Make it simple. If our values don't align, I don't see how we're going to help each other long term, right? Secondly, that's my value, my brand. That is also, as Majida pointed out, that's at stake here, right? Like, if you can see yourself being boosted or elevated by me, but I can't see the same reciprocal value or mutual value, I don't see the point in investing in it, because there's no return, or at least positive return. And then, of course, like, if you're not my people, if we're just not of the same tribe, the same mindset, the same, right? And not saying that I just surround myself with people that I like, but it's important to be around people who value the same things that you do. It's important to be around people in order to build and grow, right? That's like, pulling different resources. I'm gonna build my house with straw. You're gonna build yours with brick. Like, a brick straw house is gonna be kind of messy. But if I find people who like laying brick, then I'm gonna get with the bricklayers. Shout out to Jamie Jordan. See what I did there? Another coach within the community, right? That I can see alignment with, that I don't mind sharing, their name, their network, their platform, because I know the work they're doing, right? And with people. So, hey, if it's not with me, hey, go check out Jamie, go check out X, go check out Y, right? Because I want to see you get the help regardless. If I'm not your people, cool. But like, let me send you to maybe where your people are. That makes sense? That's my response.
Yep, I got a follow-up question too, but yeah.
Write it down.
I don't know, I got it in here.
All right.
I was just going to say that, like, you keep knocking until you find open doors. Like, you seek until you find. So your people are out there, right? As Bakar mentioned, your tribe is out there. The people that you align with are out there. You just have to be willing to keep knocking until you find open doors, until you find that alignment. That would be my answer, right? Like I am where I am. I've been in my business for 10 years, and it took almost 10 years. And in my 9th year, I found my people, right? And they weren't like in my business, but they're the people whose message, whose message resonated most with me, right? Their authenticity attracted me. And like I feel at home, right? Like I can just be me. I ain't got to pretend to be nobody else. I ain't got to dress up and try to be who my industry says I should be. Like I could just be me, and they accept and embrace me for who I am.
So if you remember, I started this conversation off by saying I've dealt with affiliate offers in the past by saying yes to a few, and I haven't really been very selective. And then I can't remember which one of y'all threw in a comment, but I basically followed up with, yeah, I probably should be saying no to all of them. And then Bakar, I think when I said that, you were like, huh? But it sounds like that's exactly what you're saying right now. You say no to everything until what aligns with you comes along. That's what it sounds like both of y'all are saying, pretty much.
What's the alternative?
The alternative, okay, and that leads me to the question. That's a great segue, bro. So let's switch gears again, kind of, but not really. You're new in business. So I've always heard people say in business, network marketing businesses and other businesses, like I can pick who I work with. I ain't never been in a network marketing business where I turned somebody down. It's never happened. Like I don't want to work with them. Why? Why is that? We all know it's because of the money. So the question is, okay, your values don't align with mine, but I'm starving. I got to eat. So you said, what's the alternative? Right? The alternative is to sell out. The alternative is to sell my values. The alternative is to put my values on the back burner and ignore that. And I ain't even going to be the one to say there's nothing wrong with that. I just know that I'm the type of individual where if I'm not feeling it, I can't really roll with it. And some people ain't necessarily like that. I heard Dave Chappelle say on one of his specials, I don't care what it is, I'll sell y'all Coke and Pepsi. Whoever paying me the best is the one that I'm selling. So I get that. You get what I'm saying?
Let's go.
I get that side of it. I get that side. And he probably don't feel like he's selling out when he do that as well. You know what I mean? So I don't know. There seems like there is kind of another side to this as well. And again, I'm not even the one that's saying that one side is wrong and one side is right. I do know that me personally, I don't really have the ability to do something that I'm not really feeling. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, like how do you do that? Like a person is hungry, they're new in business, they come up with somebody that wants to do business with them on whether it's a partner, whether it's a client, whether it's a whatever. And I need the business, and you telling me like, okay, should I say no to them or do I put my values on the back burner? You said, what's the alternative? That's the alternative.
Go ahead, Gina.
So it's a couple of things. All right. So it's a process, right? For a person to say that I choose who I work with, they've dealt with people that they didn't want to work with to learn that I'm going to be selective about who I work with, right? So you always have that option, but like initially you don't know no different. You just getting started, so you think, oh, everybody, right? But then when you come across somebody who my mentor calls a mental root canal, you think a little differently. Like, is this, and I'm in that space right now, even in my business, not so much with dealing with mental root canals, but valuing my time, right? So I said, that's another value, right? Like I value my time much more than I have, right? So in the past, when I didn't have any children, I didn't have as much responsibility. Like, sure, I could give away my time more freely. I was willing to, do whatever, whenever, get up late, stay up early, right? Or get up early, stay up late, like whatever like was required. My priorities changed. And so I value things more now. So I can't give as much as my time away. Now, I still want to provide great service. I still want to be able to, develop those relationships. I just have to do it a lot differently. So now I'm thinking about ways that I can maybe better streamline the process so that I still prioritize what's most important to me. I take care of my time, right? I'm not selective with my time, but I value my time, but still be able to offer the same or even greater value. Prime example, just something as simple as when I meet with a client, I often have to get a bunch of information from them, right? Statements, all that stuff. So I'm working on developing the process to where, look, send me all of that stuff before we meet. I review it on my own time so that when I get with you, we can move a little bit faster, right? Versus sitting in front of a person while they figure out, I need to grab this. And I got to sit there and think through it with them or wait for them to pick. No, send it to me ahead of time. If you ain't got it together, reschedule and send it to me. Right, like something as simple as that, right? And I don't feel like I'm doing them a disservice. I'm respecting their time. Absolutely. And mine by setting that standard. So that's one thing, right?
So her second alternative thing, about set a standard.
Coke versus Pepsi, all right? In my industry and with the company that I'm affiliated with, I have access to multiple carriers, right? Multiple companies. Now, I'll offer the product that's best suited to my client. All of the companies that I work with, though, have a certain standard, right? They're A-rated companies or better by our industry. So does that mean I'm selling out because I'm just going? No, I'm going to offer what's going to be best suited to my client, but I have access or I have the ability to offer them options, right? They can choose which one you like. We got a buffet. You can decide which is best for you, right?
But
they
now
get
you
to
know
make
that's a little bit different than what Dave Chappelle was talking about, right?
yeah, it
Dave
is.
was
It
basically
is.
saying, "I'm gonna sell you whatever you want, whatever that is," and you're not quite saying that. You know what I'm saying? You got a suite of products that all have different benefits, and you're gonna offer the product to the client based on what benefit they need, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a little different than what he was talking about.
I'm gonna address Dave.
But they
But it is in the
listen,
same vein.
it's still back to a value system, right? I could decide to make the recommendation based on who's going to pay me the most, because there are different commission levels.
Uh-huh.
I could make that decision.
And there are people
I
in your
could.
industry that do that, correct?
I'm sure they
I'm
do.
sure they are.
I could make the decision to design the product so that I get the highest commission instead of doing what's best for the client.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do that because I value the relationship enough to put the client in the best position for them to win. So win-win, right? I create a win-win situation. Maybe I take a little less in commission so that they have a plan. I'll give you a prime example. John talked about this earlier this week. I had a client 2 years ago who I sat down with. He was referred to me. I sat down with him, helped him with a plan. And I went to high school with this guy, right? And so sat down, shared with him the plan, walked him through the scenario, right? Helped him really understand how the plan worked, right? So for about a year, he contributed to the policy. After the year, he's like, I don't know if I want. I thought I really think, I was looking for something a little bit different. So I was a little like, not disturbed, but I was, that's your wish that, I tried to help him better
You
understand,
want to
right,
help
what
him
he
see
has
it
in
through to
mind.
the end.
You're right.
Obviously.
Helped remind him of what he got. But he said, no, I'm not really looking for it, but because I designed it the right way, he came back around a year later, right? So he paid into it for a year, paid nothing into it for the second year. Literally at the second year anniversary of the plan, came back around. He was looking to invest in like exchange traded funds. That's not my area of expertise. So I was just like, hey, let me let you talk to my mentor. He had a conversation with John. He calls me the next day after having a conversation with John. He wants to start the plan back up. Because I designed it properly, the plan was still in effect.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
And we literally caught it just in time before it would have lapsed. But literally, had anything occurred to him in the year that he had not been paying into it, his family would have still been protected.
Uh-huh.
He still would have had funds available to him. So that's where values matter, right? So literally, I feel like I get a call from him like every week now, right? Asking me about different things, right? He wants something for his niece, or he right? But there's trust there, right? We've developed a relationship of
I was just about to say, when you find
yeah.
somebody that's willing to help you like that, like that's what you use them for. That's exactly. It's like, yo, I'm calling them for anything. Yeah, definitely. I get that.
To where he not.
Oh man, it was so good.
She's
frozen.
Like everybody went out like all at the same time.
No, it's you. It's all good. It's all good. But no, you bring up a good point. Like, you designed it well. I mean, I can testify to that too. Like, I was going through financial hardship for 2000, the end of 2017, all the way through 2020, right? Like, literally, like, oh man, did you just like nah? Just stuff was not falling in your boy's favor. But guess what? A plan that she designed for me in 2013 still held up. Right now, I made sure that I prioritized that because I saw the value of it long term. Right, I saw the value in it long term. But even when things were when I was having trouble, I knew I had the right plan, right? And I could still, and that was part of the reason why I joined her business, right? Because I knew that she had designed something for me that serves me, and she always had my best interest at heart. Not just being my sister, but just as an individual, right? And as an advisor. So, that's why you're muted.
I said, and money can't buy that.
Nah. Now
money
I'm sending you everybody I talk to, right?
He does. He really does, right?
Like, the whole world and community that I build around me, they're gonna know her first. They might have other advisors, but they're gonna know her first, right?
Yeah.
And every time they sit down, they come back like, oh man, now they're buying into my value of being able to connect them with more valuable resources.
Yeah. Do you know anybody that can help me with this? That type of thing.
Right. Now I become a center of resource, a resource hub. Oh, you need such and such and such? Go here. Right. And to me, that's something that you can't buy.
That is invaluable. That is invaluable.
You can't put a price tag on that, right?
That is invaluable.
Right.
So my follow-up question before I get into the Dave Chappelle and how you think about this, you said earlier, man, that if you were offered a big deal, you know, that there are certain, what would you sell out for? Is there a price tag that you would go to? Maybe if it was just one time. We'll come back to that. But I wanted to address the Dave Chappelle piece. Like, hey, you got the Coke, you got the Pepsi. Right. To me, that's bonus money. Like, I didn't even plan to prepare for that. Somebody approached me and all I got to do is this or that. Right.
That's what I'm being approached with on the affiliate thing.
Here's the question. Is it helping or hurting anybody?
What I'm being approached with is not hurting anybody.
I'm thinking from a Dave Chappelle. Like, let's think about the product. Is it helping or hurting anybody? Okay, yeah, it's full of sugar and things like that. Now, are people going to drink Coke or Pepsi, whether I promote it or not? Yep. So if they're going to just offer me money to promote what people are already going to do, you know what? I might say, and this is just me personally, I might say, you know what? There's nothing I can do to stop people from buying, selling. Might as well get a piece of it.
Yo, Nino Brown said that in New Jack City, and they killed his ass. And Johnny Depp said that in Blow as well. When he got up in the court and he told the judge, he was like, yo, it's just a couple of plants and we're going over the imaginary border and it's going to happen anyway. People going to be doing it anyway. I had to throw that in there.
No, that's a good point, right? But look, on the other side of Dave, though, he had this whole show. And we know the Chronicle of the Chappelle Show. For those that don't, go back and study the tapes, whatever.
It's on Netflix now, maybe.
Yeah. Now, but this whole chronicle of how he really didn't like the direction the show was going, and that was his name, that was his brand, right? And he tells a story about how his name Chappelle, you know, is tied to his grandfather or great grandfather, right, and the legacy that he had. So he didn't want that name to be tarnished by the direction that the show was going. Fast forward, you know, some 15 years later. And now Chappelle's now not only has he reclaimed the show, he didn't got paid for it because he walked away from 50 million, and Netflix stopped streaming it after his request. And then after he got all the rights and stuff back, now it's back on, right? So he stood on something and said no to the thing that meant most to him. Coca, Pepsi, people gonna drink that anyway. I didn't make it. I ain't got nothing to do with it. If somebody's gonna ask me to do something illegal, okay, no, I'm not gonna show up for that, right? But hey, look, marijuana's being promoted all over the place. It's big business now. I don't smoke, but I'm telling you, if a dispensary approached me and said, "Man, we like your brand, we like it," I'm moving out to California. You know what? It might be good for business.
So let me clear this up. Because we having fun and I'm enjoying the conversation and the banter. But let me clear this up and get serious just for a second. Because
no.
Yeah, right. Leave the serious stuff.
We always so
right?
serious. We just start having some fun. You will get serious again.
Yeah, I'm gonna mess it all up, right? So it sounds to me because going back to BW, okay. Because he's not the only one. I've been approached by others, but I'm thinking about him specifically. Okay, he's a cool guy, man. From what I can tell, his product is not hurting anyone. I know that for a fact, right? I know it's probably helping people. I mean, I've seen other people other truckers talking online about his product in a positive way. So it's not that I doubt whether his product is beneficial or not. I know it's beneficial to somebody. It just hasn't helped me, and that's just because of the lane that I'm in and what I do. There's other truckers that do other other things, you know what I mean? And that has been my main issue in promoting it, simply because it hasn't helped me. And so because it hasn't helped me, I keep asking myself as an imaginary observer of this, well, why are you promoting it if it's not something that has helped you? You know what I mean? And I keep coming back with, well, it must be about the money, and something in me just won't allow me to do it just for the money. So just to clear it up, are you saying that based on the little bit that you know about what I'm sharing with you right now, and just to get right to it, that I'm overthinking it? Like, bro, just promote the product. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't even all that. And even if you don't promote it, people still gonna be using this product. So is that kind of what you're saying?
Well, if people are already using the product, but you're not getting your help from, I feel like you couldn't authentically promote it because
that's how I
don't
feel.
Really know.
It would just be me throwing up a link. You know what I mean?
It would. And at the end of the day, like, if you get something from it, maybe you see people in your community who begin to get value from it, but you won't know till you put it out there, right? So maybe, hey, somebody approached me about so-and-so, go check them out, let me know about it, right? I'm not going to say, like, I would just show up and be like, oh, you want me to do an ad for your dispensary? Yeah. Like, no, I'm going to check you out first to find out what's the alignment, right? And then I'm going to assess myself. Is this something that's going to add value to me and my brand, right? Is this going to grow my audience? Is this going to help me help people? Is this going to, give me some more exposure? All right. What are the things that I value? What are the things that I need? Is there going to be a mutual exchange? Right? Is there a benefit to me doing this other than the money? Because if it's only about the money, like, I can own that too. If somebody say, man, I offer you $1 million just to do, 12 ads for this dispensary, right? And I'm looking at me like, well, I don't smoke, but I know a lot of people that do. And guess what? Hey, I'm moving out to California. It's legal. It's legal there.
That, bro.
I said that, right? I'm celebrating. I'm not going there. I promise you, I'm not. I'm talking about the way that my values, like, I may not do it personally, but I value people to the point where, like, I'm not going to judge you for your lifestyle, right? And guess what, man? They probably some people. As a matter of fact, there's a guy in my community who's working to build his own dispensary. If I had been judgmental about that, he might not be working with me. But you know what? Hey, maybe that's an alignment to say, oh yeah, now I'm promoting this, and go check out my boy Gino. Now I got another way to promote somebody who's invested in me. And then there's that win-win-win, right? So I'm winning, they're winning, and I get to share with somebody else who also can win from it. You know what I'm saying? Unless there's some conflict of interest there. But what I'm saying is, I'm going to do some evaluation or assessment to see that it does align and it doesn't cause any harm.
I like what you said.
Me.
I also like what you hinted on a second ago, I think I understood you to say. It sounded like you were saying, like, if you were put in that position, maybe you would hit a small test audience with that product that you don't use, and basically tell them, yo, do me a favor, try this out and let me know what you think. Just with a small, I like that idea, actually. I like that. Just with a small test audience. You know what I mean?
I do that with everything.
Essentially, I like that.
Hey, come check this thing out, right? Bring them in, see what the response is.
Yeah, yeah.
If they start, hey, what about that so-and-so? Boom, sell it. If they not hot on it, find another audience and run it around, right? Or distance yourself, whatever your choice is. I don't know who's calling me this time, right? But so it's all about, again, assessing, evaluating, again, evaluate, right? Analyze your own values to see what fits. My values is, man, if it's not doing any harm and it can do some good to somebody, and one of my values is having fun and fulfillment. So again, I'm using this dispensary example because in my past,
you ready to smoke a blunt? No. Like to me.
Not at all.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm totally
you can
joking.
Ask my friends.
I don't need to, bro. I know how you get down or don't get down.
Right, and it's one of those things. Oh man, I can't stand smoke, cigarette smoke, blunt smoke. I don't love none of that. I got no love for it personally. Incense is different. Okay? I mess with some incense. You still mess. We having fun here tonight, man. This is the Seer Mastermind Group. We're having our story, our journey, our way, talking about entrepreneurships, helping people with support, encouragement, accountability, and to get better results and recognition. I'll throw the results in there. Welcome, Pastor.
Okay.
Yes, right. We're having a good time. We're having a good time. But I bring that up because in my past, like that was one of those deal breakers for relationships. For like it was just something I distanced myself from because I knew it was really popular. But when I look at the history of how many of our people have been thrown in jail for it, it's just like I don't need that smoke. no pun intended. Like I don't need that smoke. But now, you know, with the world opening up and with the country opening up to it, it's just like, and learning again about all of the benefits and things like that. Absolutely. Like, yo, this CBD everywhere, right? So get a piece of it.
And hemp.
You know what I'm saying? Take a hit.
No, I said and hemp. HEMP.
I know what to say. I'm going off with the puns right now.
Okay.
But for those that have known me or know my values, like I stay far away from smoke because health-wise, right? Health is one of my values. Hey, I have an edible before I smoke it. If that's the case, again, that's not why I'm going out to California.
Off topic right now. It sounds
we still talking about values. We're still talking about values here.
Okay.
And are your values for sale? But I'm saying that's one of those things that in the past might have caused me conflict. Today, I'd be open to it because it fits and aligns with my values and the values that we as a society, I'm going to accept. Like I'm accepting people and how they want to live, right? I'm not here to decide for them how they live, even though I do lifestyle engineering. With people saying, hey, here's a way to design your lifestyle, but I'm not going to tell you what to put in it. I can show you how to design it for your own fulfillment, but I'm not telling you what to put in it. Saying, hey, okay, maybe a little bit of faith, a little bit of family, a little bit of friendship, a little bit of fitness. Like these are some things that you're probably going to need along the way. You can't get away from a little bit of fun. So whatever that definition is for you, I'll promote it. I will promote it. Right? If you like to ski on sleds and somebody was like, hey, man, we like your image. Come out here, get on this sled. You know, we'll throw you 50 grand for an ad or for some ads for a year. I'm like, what's the work I got to do? And is anybody going to get hurt by sledding?
All these people are asking me to do is share their link. The 3 people that I got approached by and BW is actually 4. They not looking for me I ain't got to do no work. I'm already doing the work. I'm already creating the video. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm already doing the work. So they're not asking me to do anything. And if I had to guess, none of them are bad people. All of their products are helpful to somebody. You know what I'm saying? But I still have that question in the back of my mind of which one to promote, right? Which one do I promote? Right now, like I said, if it's about the money, I'm leaning towards that financing, that equipment financing.
Make it a segment on your weekly videos.
Oh, what?
A segment on your weekly videos.
What do you mean?
I'm saying, hey, you know what? I got approached by so-and-so. Check out, and they get one a week, right? You take those people that are approaching you and say, hey, I'll put one ad out. Pay me up front for it.
Yeah, well, I mean, 100%. That's a different relationship at that point. That's not your typical. That's more or less like a sponsorship. As opposed to,
they're coming to you to get their name out there. There's value to that.
So, you're not denying that. That's a little bit different subject, but I totally agree with you.
So maybe you go back and renegotiate.
But watch this though.
Hey,
watch this.
You're the helpful trucker. Nope, I'm gonna talk over you. You're the helpful trucker.
Because I want to get back. Because
you say you can help people. It might can help people. You know what? Hey, let me know if this is helpful to you.
All right. So watch this.
I'm the helpful trucker.
4 people that approached me with that in the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
Do I do that with all 4?
That's 4 weeks of content. Yeah. 4 weeks of content. Hey, you know what? Check out. Hey, I got approached. I don't know about it. I don't use it. But check out so-and-so. Let me know if it's useful.
What's your thoughts on that, G?
I told you I would do it.
And I appreciate your perspective as well, bro.
So I guess one thing you could do is you could talk about the different offers, like on your channel, right? You could just talk about, look, I got approached by these different offers, right? Or like he said, have your audience, right? Hey, listen, somebody approached me with this particular product. I don't know about it, but if you could bring me some feedback, share with me your experience with it, and I'll talk about it on my channel, right? I'll take your feedback, and that's
But
a
I
way
gotta
to
talk about it on my channel to get it to the people.
I'm saying though, but
Right?
We're
like
talking
if
about it
you
now.
it's a way, right? It's a way to engage with your audience too, to say, hey, listen, I would love if somebody approached me with X, Y, and Z. If y'all are willing, shoot me a direct message, right? You can keep it private in that way. Shoot me a direct message. I'll send you the link to check on the product. If you
He got
are
rid of
looking
his
for,
group.
you know what I'm saying? Like that's a way to do it. But I think you at the end of the day got to go with your gut, right? Like if in your now it doesn't mean that you're not open to other opportunities, but if your values say I can't promote something with integrity if I haven't used it, then you can't compromise that
That's what my
value.
values say. That is 100% what my values say.
So, like it's not a question, right? Like it's not Pepsi or Coke, right? It's not that simple. It's because you've probably had those at some point in your life. You know what they taste like, right? This is something that you have no experience with. And although secondhand, you might know that it's helpful to somebody else, you don't know for yourself. And to know, you must be what you know. So you have to either invest the time to use the product to find out whether it could be helpful, or you got to say, look, I'm not really looking, like that's not my gig right now. Like I'm not looking to promote what you have to offer because that's not what I'm looking for, right? Like you can get sidetracked because where does it end?
That
You get
is the
4
point that I was
offers
saying.
and then
Yes.
you get
Oh,
four
you just
more
started
and then
another
you get
30-minute
4 more.
conversation.
Huh?
You just started another 30-minute conversation. Where does it end?
It's a good
Yeah, like
point.
that's what I'm saying. Like you got to know what because and I've been in that position to where like people get right. Like you can get so caught up doing stuff for other people that you lose sight of what you're supposed to be doing for you. Right? You lose sight of your vision and your goals and what. Right? Like you said that for the your first 30 days as a owner operator, you were gonna post videos, focus strictly on that. Right? And then come after that 30 days you may decide, you know what? I want to find some, right? Like you're then seeking it. People are knocking on your door, but like your door ain't open. You know what I mean? But hey, in another month, you could be like, well, listen, I want to knock on some doors now. And you go pursue what it is that you want to help you move forward. So it's being clear, and that's something that I've learned, I guess, just from listening to ET and watching his. Like you're not in the position. You said, like you said earlier, you're not in a position to where you're desperate. You don't need the money, right? And so if a person isn't willing to cultivate the relationship or invest in the relationship because they respect your value, that's probably not somebody that you not to say not that they're a bad person, but they're not somebody that you're going to gel with. And like you said, they're not going to keep coming back because you got 4 offers. But are they nursing? I don't know if the word. I'm trying to think of the word. It's not cultivating, but nurturing. Are they nurturing that relationship? Till you say yes. Like we know in sales, you got to approach somebody on average 7 times before they say yes. So it's not that you're not willing, but if they're not willing to nurture the relationship, they just figure they're going to throw you some money and you'll say yes. That to me says that they don't value you. They don't respect you enough.
And that's kind of what I meant by when I shift gears to the individuals that I was saying that I think that it might be when I lay what I want out, it's like I scare them away. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I meant. What I meant by that. Exactly what you said just now. So yeah.
And maybe
and that just means you have a standard. You have a standard, and you raise the bar. Not everybody meet this. You know what I mean? Like not everybody gonna hit the bar.
Yeah, I need your content to be. I need you to want to help, and that's why I gel with Chris. That's why I mess with Chris. Like Chris made it through. Chris Ward, the guy I'm do the podcast with, and that's because I detect that he sincerely wants to help the trucking community.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? And it ain't that I care so much about the trucking community. Is authenticity does matter to me. Authenticity. It ain't that I don't care about the trucking community, but it's just that it's like I guess what I'm saying is whatever your thing is, like be real with it. You get what I'm saying? Like if you're selling something, be real with it. If it's not about, you know, the relationship, if it's just about transactional, be upfront with that. If you are wanting to help and serve people, you know what I mean, be upfront with that. If you like, nah, man, I ain't trying to put in all of that work. Make like whatever it is, be upfront with it. That's kind of what what I responded to in Chris Ward. You know, he authentically wants to help the trucking community. You know,
well, we've talked about this before. Even if you think about like our relationship here, right? We're all doing work that we feel we are purpose to do to some extent, right? Like I'm not saying you feel like you was purpose to drive a truck, right? But like you were purpose to help people, right? You feel good about serving people, right? Like so that's something that is in alignment with all of us. We want to serve. We serve in different avenues or different lanes, but we still put service first. So like that's what we all value. And that's why we can come together and do this. Similarly, right? When you got into your truck, when you started your channel, your intentions behind that were to serve, to be helpful. I lost my train of thought.
Not the conductor. The train is off the tracks. Hey, you are rocking with the Seer Mastermind Group, sharing our story, our journey, our way. This is Bakar Maurice and Majida, providing entrepreneurs with support, encouragement, accountability, and recognition in order to get the results that they need. Tonight, we've been discussing, man, is there a price tag on your success? Are your values for sale? And man, what's your price tag? You know, who are the people that you align yourself with? What do you, man? It's been a great conversation tonight. Majida, if you can pick up that thought, the financial conductor got off track. We don't want to lose her.
Well, I was just, I guess to just piggyback on what I mentioned earlier is that, you know, we talked about that's what it was. We talked about this, I think, before that a lot of people are operating in spaces where they don't belong because of money.
Ooh.
Right? Like you doing stuff that you don't really want to do, you don't like to do, you don't really care about the result, you don't care about who is impacted by it, but you're doing it because you're desperate. Because in your mind, you need money.
Ooh.
But if your values were different, right? Like if you understood not only your value, but the value that you can have or the impact that you can have on other people, you would operate differently, right? Like, so we've all talked about like, we want to serve. And I think it was, I don't know who said it, but service to many leads to greatness. Service leads to greatness. When you earn in direct proportion to the service you provide, right? So service always comes first, right? John F. Kennedy said, not ask not what my country can do for me, but ask what I can do for my country, right? It's always about serving first. Gandhi said, gosh, it's in my email. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others, right? Yeah. Like people that just promote stuff and do stuff just because they don't know who they are.
How you forget that? That used to be on your voicemail. How you forget that? That used to be on your voicemail.
I got a lot of quotes, bro.
Yeah, I got a lot of quotes. He is a quotable.
But so shoot, you made me lose my. See, y'all can't interrupt me.
Gandhi, service of others.
Well, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others, right? So the first thing that we learned growing up was know thyself. Mm-hmm. And I had this conversation with a best friend of mine. Most of us are conditioned to have, then do, then become. right? If you think about it, right? We pursue stuff, right? I want to have the stuff. You get the stuff, then you realize, the stuff doesn't really, make me happy. It doesn't fulfill me. So you decide, okay, I want to pursue my passion, right? So then you go do what you feel like you're passionate about. And then after doing that, you're like, but who am I really? And then you get back to knowing who you are, right? To becoming who you are. I got you, bro. And it really should be, do, have, right? If we focused on becoming who we are, we would do what we're purposed to do, then we could have what we're, I'm not gonna say supposed to have. We would have what we're
what we want to have,
what we're created to have, right? What we deserve to have, right? Like it would come to us because we're aligned with who we are, what we're purposed to do, what we want, the stuff we want would come to us because we're in alignment. People are misaligned. They don't know who they are, they don't know what they want, and they don't know what they want to do. And so they throw money at you and figure that because that's how they're wired, because they don't know themselves. But when you know yourself, I don't need money.
I need a whole lot of other things.
I know what you're saying.
We're coming up on 90 minutes, so we can keep the conversation going. But just to let you know out there, with Bakar, with Maurice, with Majida, we offer services. We offer services. I'm gonna throw that out there for everybody. We offer services. If you are unclear about who you are and need a clear plan to focus your life on, to get the things that you want to accomplish, that's where I come in. If you need help with your finances, H2G Nation, let's go. And Habit to Greatness is the brand, or Coach Bobey World is where you can find me, Bobey World. Majida Bay, your financial conductor, helping parents and professionals. Finish that for me.
Get on the right financial track and become someone both their parents and children can be proud of.
Hit them with the whoa. Yes. And Maurice, the helpful trucker.
Let me just clear this up for everybody and speak for myself. I don't offer a service. Those two offer services. I don't offer a service, okay? I can help you get your trucking career started, and I can help you build your YouTube channel as well. I'm not charging for anything right now. I just love helping people. So if you need help with any of those things, I'm the guy for that.
So he's got free service.
If you want to say that.
Hey, get started. So in direct proportion to what we serve is what you will see this channel and our own channels grow, right? And I'm claiming that for each and every one of us, that we're not, we're here to show up for ourselves and for others, period. We're here to show up for you, to show you what it look like, what it feel like, what it do, and how we do it. This is how we do. Please don't take this down for that. Don't take this, the policy on YouTube. Don't take it down for that. I know you get like 30 seconds. Don't take it down for that. I say like 3 seconds of a song. But the conversation tonight is about is there a price tag on your success? So I never did ask the question directly. What would you sell out for? I know at one point we said, man, what you bring to the table.
Ask that in a different way.
If there was something that wasn't maybe directly aligned with who you are, what you do, but
if it was enough money, would I promote
enough money?
Yep.
What's your price tag?
I don't know. It depends on what I got to do.
Oh, so it's the work.
What I got to do.
Your price tag is the work to.
No. What I mean is, depends on what I got to do. If I got to do something unethical or immoral, then my price tag gonna have to be through the roof. I ain't saying I wouldn't do it. I ain't saying I'm no goody two shoes. I mean, you asked the question. When you say sell out your value, sell out your value, that's what I'm thinking about.
I love your honesty.
That's what I'm thinking about. Somebody asking you to compromise your value. How much would somebody have to pay you to compromise your values? You'd have to pay me a lot to compromise
enough
my
to
values.
disappear. Right?
I don't know. I might not have to disappear. You pay me enough afterwards. I could probably just go back to the people that I did wrong and say, yo, this is what it was all about. Here, take this check.
Wow. That's if they're still here, Maurice.
I'll find them. The money will find them.
No, I'm saying it could be something so unethical that they're not here anymore.
If it's that unethical, I'm not doing it.
Okay.
That's why I say it all depends on what I
Is
gotta
there
do.
a level of unethicalness? Right?
That's
Like,
what I'm saying.
100%. If I gotta slap my mama, you can't pay me enough to do that.
Oh,
But if I
okay.
gotta slap
I was
my
about to say-
but watch this. If I gotta slap you, Bakar, you could probably pay me enough to do that. And then I can say, yo, bro, this is what it's about. They pay me to slap you. Here go 50 G's. And you would shut up about it and take the money.
You know what? If there's somebody out there willing to pay Maurice 50 G's to slap me, I'm all in. Let's do
I'm
it.
slapping the hell out of you, bro. Believe
Let's
that.
do
And
it.
you gonna like it. I'm gonna hit you off afterwards.
I'm gonna like it so much. Hey, if
I'm gonna
you
bless
watch
you
it,
afterwards. You gonna
matter
like
of
it.
fact,
It'll be
we
good.
could do it. We could do it quarterly. I ain't got no problem with that.
And watch this, and vice versa. Somebody, let me tell you something, bro. Somebody offer you 50 G's to slap me, and you don't.
Let's
I'm gonna
make that
slap
happen.
you.
Let's make that happen. Don't slap me for free.
I'm
From
gonna
now
encourage
on,
you to
we
only slap
only
me. Come
fight
on.
for a prize.
You better get rid of your
We
morals, bro, and take this check for a second.
Hey, he's tall.
wait a minute. No.
I'm not getting rid of my morals. I'm just saying it's not causing harm to nobody else but me. That's actually in alignment with my values. I can choose what happens to me. He said if he slaps me and he approaches me up front and was like, yo, I'm about to get 50. If he just slapped me and then get the 50, and I'm like, bro, what was that all about? He was like, this check. And I was like, all right. So I know where we stand. He'll slap me for a check. So I know how to deal with him, right? Like, don't just be somebody paid you to, now I got to be ducking. Or prepare to catch a check every time he show up and want to slap me.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's just a relationship. Like, oh man, there's people that
about.
pay him to, if they do it, what I say, quarterly, I just, all right, look, here, lay it on me. Nope, I can't tell you when it's coming. All right, oh snap, you here, get the camera on.
So yeah, there's a level to ethics.
Cha-ching.
I ain't doing anything. I will do
To me,
some
I don't-
things, but I ain't doing anything.
You know, some might look at that as assault, but because we have a relationship, I'm gonna say I'm okay with that. I'm not pressing charges.
Okay,
Matter of fact, I
okay,
will catch
all
the
right.
check.
Let's say you opt to do that. Where do you draw the line? And back to what you were saying earlier about your integrity, right? If your audience, right, sees and like,
I
to
think it
me,
would grow our audience like a lot. It
Then,
would go
but then who are
viral.
you attracting, right? Like, who are you attracting then? Now you're attracting people that are not your tribe. Now you're promoting something that is not. Now you're promoting the money. Now the money
I don't know,
becomes
man.
the
That might
common
be kind of fun
denominator.
though. Dumb money. I'm about that. I will make a little bit of dumb money. I don't want to make I don't want to make all dumb money, but I'll make a little dumb money. Like that would be fun for me. That would make life a little more thrilling.
You make it just enough to realize, damn, I don't want to do it no more. It won't worth it, but I'm gonna keep that money though. He did it just enough to realize,
Hey,
I
look,
didn't do
hey,
it.
my G, he caught me. He compromised me. He compromised me. But as long as it was
That to me says that you don't trust yourself enough to make it on your own. If you gotta accept it, no.
nah, see, in this one, I'm a recipient. Like I don't know about the deal. He just shows up to slap me, and I'm like, "Yo, bro," and he's like, "Yo, here's the check," and I'm like, "For the slap?" And I'm gonna do the math. Like that's just me. For that, I'm gonna do the math. I'm like, all right, I'll allow this once a quarter. Like I set the parameters, right? I will allow this once a quarter. You can't just show up every day and slap me I don't care how much they paying you. That's not how I want to live.
And soon as you
Right?
slap me, and it don't follow up with a check, it's gonna be some furniture moving up in here.
No.
I can hear you now.
Here's where I stand with that, my G. And I hear your point. I want you to make your point as well, because I think it's a great point that you're coming with. Here's where I stand like that. There's things in life. Hey, you got to learn once. You don't have to do everything. But my value system says I'm willing to accept certain things, not everything, but I'm willing to experience things one time to figure out whether it's something that I want to do or not. Again, not everything. There are definitely things that I draw. Like, I'm not killing nobody. I have no intention of causing harm to nobody.
I ain't robbing. I'm not robbing nobody.
I'm not.
You know what I mean?
I have values. I have virtues. I have morals. And again, I wouldn't just show up and slap Maurice if they paid me to. I'd be like, let me ask him first. Hey, Maurice, can I show up and slap you? They want to give me $50,000 to do it. That's how I approach it. If he would just take the 50 and slap me,
who are they?
I don't know, but I wouldn't shout them out. I can tell you that. I wouldn't put them on display. I wouldn't promote them.
It goes back to our original point. What's their motivation? We spent this whole conversation talking about knowing the person's motive and alignment and tribe and people and community. But now y'all saying like, if the price is right, if the price is right, I'll do almost anything.
No, I'm not. No. I don't think either one of us said that.
I understood that it was a private conversation that he had. What? Now, I made some assumptions. And this is where usually where problems start, right? I made some assumptions that it was a private conversation and that it wasn't necessarily on display. It was between him and them and me, and that was all it was about. And whoever them was. Now, if he said, man, they paid me and then I got to film it and I got like, all right, chill out. Like, that's a lot. But just like a cash exchange, I don't know why. I don't know why somebody would motivate them to do that, right? If somebody just wanted to, I don't know. But in that vacuum.
You ask the question?
Well, at that point, I got slapped, so I just want to answer.
Me personally, I just want to correct what you said just now. I don't think that I said I would do almost anything. If you know what I mean.
I said ethical, moral.
He said he wouldn't slap his mom, but he would slap his brother-in-law without question for $50,000.
And it's a bunch of other things I wouldn't do as well, for no matter how much I get paid. So I wouldn't do almost anything, but it depends on what you're asking me to do that I consider to be unethical.
I mean, you willing to turn down 15% and potentially earn $1,500?
Slap your brother? Are you serious?
Like if you had to choose, like, the easy money is you ain't gotta harm nobody. You ain't right, like.
No, that's to me, that's a big thing. Defrauding the public. That's a big thing. So I guess maybe I'm just looking at it from that. I guess maybe it's just point. What's
okay. All right, but who you are in public and who you are in private should be the same.
My G's not gonna be on the podcast next time. She's like, I gotta distance myself. She's like, no, I'm not. She's like, I gotta distance myself from these people. They compromise their morals. There's no integrity.
Now understand this.
Relationship is ruined.
Now understand this, G.
No.
And the example that we just now gave me that was a loose example. Me slapping Bakar.
I think we need to talk about
is not that example doesn't involve me not being honest with somebody. Think about that. So going back to what I'm willing to do. Like, I don't like being dishonest with people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's one reason why I'm saying I would be willing to do one and not would be willing to do the other one. You know what I mean? That's pretty big on my integrity list. Like, you in public, you lying to the public, like, that's a big one right there to me. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm sorry, somebody magnetic vortex resonance.
What's that?
I don't know. Somebody on the YouTube channel, and they're like, it's only when a mosquito lands on your testicles that you realize there's always a way to solve problems without using violence.
We got followed. We got his people watching.
Yo, that's deep as hell if you listen to what he said.
It is though. Magnetic vortex.
Because if a mosquito land
hey,
on your testicles, you are not going to be violent in getting him off of you. Good point, bro.
that's
Whoever
when you
that
learn how to
is.
go.
That's what's
Oh
up.
my
That's what's up.
Wow.
What's
Hey,
his name? What's his name? The guy on YouTube.
Magnetic
vortex
vortex resonance.
Yo, magnetic vortex.
Find us.
We do these live streams, these podcasts every 2 weeks, bro. We'll be back on here next Friday after next. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. It'll let you know when we go again. Plus we'll be putting other content on this channel as well. So
See,
look forward to
Mangita?
seeing you.
That conversation just got us a new follower. We're in new audiences. And what did we lose? What did we lose?
I just worried that he only got the tail end of the conversation and missed the first hour and a half.
It doesn't matter what he heard.
But it does.
Hey, listen, you can't choose your family. All right. Isn't that what this podcast is all about? We didn't choose each other. We were brought together. Okay. And now magnetic vortex resonance is part of the family. Welcome. We appreciate you. You know what? If a mosquito ever lands on your testicles, you let us know how that played out.
No, just keep that one to yourself. And with that, I think we need to get ready to cut this, man.
That's a wrap. Hey, listen. You know what? That's the fun part of entrepreneurship, man. Is being yourself. Being yourself. So, hey, like I said, this is a great conversation. This is a great conversation with an excellent exclamation part at the end.
I agree.
I learned something about Maurice. Duck. When I see him coming. Because I don't know who out there. And I'm telling you, if you're out there and you willing to pay him, find him, let him know. Because I want to see who are you? I want to know who you are.
I don't care. I don't care who you are. Just write the check.
Cut the check. Yeah, he loves his
mother.
And
by the way,
infinity to 50K.
I'd slap my other brothers as well. It ain't nothing personal against you, but I would slap them too. I would just think that y'all men would understand. You know what I mean? So yeah, don't take it personal.
But you wouldn't slap a woman, is what I'm hearing.
Nope.
Your mother or any women.
Nope.
So fellas out there,
give me $1 million. I ain't doing that.
Fellas out there, look out. Maurice does not care as much about us as he does for women. So if you're a woman trucker, definitely follow the helpful trucker because he's here for you. If you're a male, you might get slapped. This is what I heard tonight. Mangita, she loves everybody. She would never touch him. And Bakar's willing to take a slap for 25K is what I found out.
And magnetic got mosquitoes on his balls. And with that one, we are
good night, family. Have a great one.